Hello students, hope you are studying well at your home. In the previous video, we discussed about human respiratory system and transportation of gases, mechanism of breathing, etc. Now, in this video, we will discuss how some another organism respire. Some another organism have some specialized structure as like human beings. In the case of human being, we see that they have lungs. हमने देखा था कि ह्यूमन बीइंग में रेस्पिरेशन के लिए जो स्पेशलाइज्ड ऑर्गन प्रेजेंट है वो है उनके लंग्स. उसी तरीके से some other organism have also some specialized structure which helps them in the process of respiration. Let's take a look on some examples. Then we will talk about the respiration in plants also. In the case of fish, as you all know, is aquatic organism and it's respired through their gills. Fish that is aquatic organism, it respired through gills. Means respiratory organs that are present in the fishes are gills. In the case of frog can do respiration by different ways. Like it can respire through their gills when they are in the form of their tadpole stage. When they live inside the water, they are in the tadpole stage. They respire through their gills, or they can respire through their moist skin also, and they can respire through their lungs when they live on the land. So these are the some respiratory organ according to the conditions and according to the stages of their life. Frog can use different ways for respiration. It can respire through gills, or through moist skin, or through lungs also. In the cases of earthworm which lives in the soil, it do not have some specialized organ for the respiration, so it's respired through its moist skin. It has moist skin. जो earthworm skin soil के अंदर रहता है, उसकी जो skin होती है वो moist होती है, चिपचिपी होती है, और वही moist skin उसे respiration में help करती है. Gases diffuse through this moist skin, means oxygen comes inside through the diffusion inside the earthworm's body, and carbon dioxide diffuse out through this moist skin. So earthworm respire through its moist skin. So these are some examples. You can take some another examples of another organisms also. Like in the case of cockroaches, if you talk, they have tracheal system for the respiration, in which they have pore-like structure called spiracles are present on their body, by which they respire. So these are some example in the case of some another organism. Now we will talk about the respiration in plants. That is our main topic, today's main topic, respiration in plants. When we talk about respiration in plant, जब हम बात करते हैं respiration in plant, अगर कोई आपसे पूछे कि क्या plants respiration करते हैं, तो सुनने में ये आता है या जवाब जो हमें मिलता है वो ये होता है कि नहीं, plants तो respiration नहीं करते, they only do photosynthesis, जिसके अंदर they take carbon dioxide, in which they take carbon dioxide, means carbon dioxide come inside and they release oxygen. Oxygen comes outside. This is the respiration. But no, it's not respiration, it's photosynthesis. ये जो प्रोसेस होती है जिसमें प्लांट्स CO2 को इनटेक करते हैं और ऑक्सीजन रिलीज करते हैं, that process is not respiration, it's photosynthesis. So what about respiration? Like all other organism, जैसे कि ह्यूमन बीइंग के हमने केस में हमने देखा कि उन्हें एनर्जी की प्रोडक्शन जरूरत होती है, they require energy. Like human beings, plants also require energy. And from where they get energy? Plants को energy कहाँ से मिलेगी? Like human being, plant also get energy by oxidation of glucose. Human की तरह plants को भी glucose के oxidation से energy मिलती है, and that energy is get utilized in their different activities. Like हमने देखा ना, human being के केस में glucose get oxidized, is react with the oxygen, and then it converts into the carbon dioxide, water, and energy is produced. This energy is produced in the form of ATPs. Same process is happened in the case of plants also. So we are talking about respiration in plants. Let's see what happens in the case of plants. In the case of plants, like human beings, glucose is combined with oxygen and it release energy, it's release carbon dioxide and water through same process. As we already discussed in the portion of nutrition in plants, we discussed there during the process of photosynthesis, glucose is formed, and then this glucose is stored in the form of starch. But during the process of respiration, that starch is get converted into the glucose again, and then glucose and fructose, etc. And then this is that is oxidized by the reaction of oxygen. It get oxidized and it release energy. प्लांट्स के अंदर भी ग्लूकोज प्रेजेंट होता है और यही ग्लूकोज ऑक्सीजन के साथ रिएक्ट करके एनर्जी प्रोड्यूस करने में काम आता है एंड दे प्रोड्यूस कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड एंड वाटर आल्सो, लाइक सेम रिएक्शन दैट हैपेंस इन द केस ऑफ ह्यूमन. जैसे ह्यूमन के अंदर रेस्पिरेशन प्रोसेस थी, इसी तरीके की रेस्पिरेशन प्रोसेस प्लांट्स के अंदर भी होती है. बट लेट्स सी हाउ प्लांट्स रेस्पायर. Plants do not have any specialized respiratory organ. Plants के अंदर कोई भी specialized respiratory organ नहीं होता. Plant में different parts can take oxygen directly through the atmosphere. Let's see how these different parts of the plants can take oxygen. Plants के अंदर different parts oxygen को कैसे take कर सकते हैं? It will talk about in the case of plants. It has some important parts like they have stem, they have roots, and they have leaves. These are the parts of the plants, and these parts of the plants take oxygen directly through the atmosphere. Stem has, like in the case of herbivoria, or means we can say that's green stem plants, they have soft stem. They can directly take oxygen through pore-like structure. But in the case of hard or thick stems, which have thick bark or present on their stem, these stems have some pore-like structure, and these pore-like structures are known as lenticels. These pore-like structure are known as lenticels. These lenticels help them to take oxygen and release carbon dioxide. So we can say plants respire through their stems by their lenticels. These lenticels are present on the stem, and these are again pore-like structure. ये पोर लाइक स्ट्रक्चर होती है जो स्टेम के ऊपर प्रेजेंट होती है, और इन्हीं पोर से ऑक्सीजन अंदर जाती है. लाइक इफ यू टेक एग्जांपल ऑफ स्टेम, सपोज दिस इज द स्टेम, it has pore like structure through which oxygen can get enter, oxygen अंदर enter होगी and carbon dioxide released out. So these pores are lenticels through which stems directly take oxygen. If we talk about the roots have root hair. You have already studied about the structure of root in your previous classes. आपने roots के structure के बारे में पढ़ा हुआ है. Root के अंदर कुछ thin hair-like structures present होती हैं. These hair-like structures are known as root hair. Suppose if we take the example of these roots, this is the root, and these root has fine hair-like structure. These fine hair-like structures are present in the soil, or they are directly in contact with the soil. These hair-like structure which are present in the soil, they can take oxygen, or they directly can take oxygen by the diffusion through these spaces or through these gaps that are present in between these soil particles. Roots के भी अंदर hair like structure present होती है जिसे हम बोलते हैं root hairs. ये root hairs directly soil के contact में होते हैं, और soil के particles जो loosely packed soil होती है उन particles के बीच में free space present होता है, और उस free space में present होती है गैसेस लाइक एयर प्रेजेंट होती है, और वहीं से ये रूट हेयर्स एयर को और गैसेस को डायरेक्टली डिफ्यूजन के थ्रू इनटेक करते हैं. सो ऑक्सीजन कैन डायरेक्टली कम इनसाइड द रूट्स थ्रू इट्स रूट हेयर. सो बाय दिस वे रूट्स गेट रेस्पायर. All the parts do its respiration separately. Stems respire through lenticels, roots respire through the root hairs, and leaves. Leaves, as you all know, leaves have some pore-like structure that are present on the surface of these leaves, and these pore-like structures are known as stomatas. Stomatas are pore-like structure which are present on the surface of leaves, and this is the part of the leaf by which leaves get respire. So all different parts of the plant respire through their specialized structures. They do not have any specialized respiratory organ. Plants के अंदर respiration जो होता है हर एक part में different method के through होता है, different structures के through होता है, and then by entering the gases inside, इन structures के through जब oxygen अंदर enter कर जाती है, then they move inside some another cells also. एक बार like अगर हम root के cases में देखें, suppose यहाँ से जो gases है वो root hairs के अंदर enter कर रही है, then by entering in the root hairs they will move forward in some another cells also. दूसरी सेल्स तक पहुंचेंगी और वहां पहुंच के ग्लूकोज का ऑक्सीडेशन करके कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड, वाटर और एनर्जी प्रोड्यूस करने का काम करेंगी. मीन्स दे डू respiration. This is about the respiration in the case of plants. Now let's take the look on some important differences between respiration and photosynthesis so that you can clearly understand how respiration and photosynthesis, both these processes are different. Let's discuss some differences between photosynthesis and respiration. Photosynthesis and respiration. Like first important difference between photosynthesis and respiration is photosynthesis is the process in which carbon dioxide and water join and they form glucose. You all know about the equation and process of photosynthesis. Such type of reaction in which smaller molecules get joined to form a complex structure. जिस reactions में smaller molecules, some simpler molecules get joined, simple molecule join होंगे और एक complex molecule बनाते हैं. इस तरीके की reactions को या इस तरीके की processes को कहा जाता है anabolic processes. So photosynthesis is anabolic process. Photosynthesis is anabolic process in which simpler molecules combine together to form a complex structure. But as if we talk about respiration, respiration is a catabolic process. It's catabolic process. Catabolic processes are the processes in which complex structures get divided or formed into the form of simpler structures. So respiration is a catabolic process in which we have seen that glucose is react with the oxygen and then it converted into the CO2, H2O, and then energy is also formed. So thus this type of reaction in which complex structures get converted into the simpler form are known as catabolic reactions or catabolic processes. So photosynthesis is an anabolic process, but respiration is a catabolic process. Second difference we will discuss, photosynthesis takes place only in the case of green cells which have chloroplast. So this process is found in green cells. Green cells means in which chloroplast is present. Where chloroplast is present. Photosynthesis only found in the cells which are green in color, which have chlorophyll inside them or chloroplast they have. So this is the location where photosynthesis process take place. But when we talk about the process of respiration, respiration process take place in all cells. It is present in all cells. ये सभी तरीके की सेल्स के अंदर होने वाली प्रोसेस है. ऐसा कुछ नहीं है कि किसी स्पेशलाइज सेल के अंदर रेस्पिरेशन हो, किसी दूसरे में ना हो. रेस्पिरेशन प्रोसेस टेक प्लेस इन ऑल सेल्स. नेक्स्ट डिफरेंस, दैट इज photosynthesis process occur in presence of light. In presence of light. As you all know, light or sunlight is the important requirement for the process of photosynthesis. आपने पिछले क्वेश्चन जब हमने न्यूट्रिशन डिस्कस किया था वहां देखा था फोटोसिंथेसिस के लिए जो रिक्वायरमेंट होती है उसमें मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट रिक्वायरमेंट थी सनलाइट. So sunlight or light is required for the process of photosynthesis. But in the case of respiration, it can be happen in the presence of light as well as in dark also. So it occurs in light and dark also. जो रेस्पिरेशन प्रोसेस होती है वो दिन में भी होती है, दिन में भी जारी रहती है और रात को भी होती रहती है. ये भी हम इसके बारे में बात करेंगे. This is about the respiration. Next difference that we'll take is in this reaction, in the photosynthesis reaction, carbon dioxide and water are used. Carbon dioxide और water use होंगे and oxygen is released. Oxygen is get released in this process. This is about photosynthesis. But when we talk about the respiration, what happens here? In the case of respiration, oxygen is utilized. Oxygen is utilized and carbon dioxide and water are released. So it's just opposite, are released. So these are the some important differences between photosynthesis and respiration. This is anabolic process, but respiration is the catabolic process. It occurs only in the green cells, but respiration occurs in all cells. In the case of respiration, photosynthesis, presence of light is required, but respiration can be happen in light as well as in dark also. In the case of photosynthesis, carbon dioxide and waters are used up, they are utilized, and oxygen is released. But in the case of respiration, oxygen is utilized and carbon dioxide and water are released. So this is about some important differences between photosynthesis and respiration. Now let's see what happens during the day when photosynthesis process take place. जब दिन में photosynthesis process होती है, उस time पे plants in daytime plants take carbon dioxide. They intake carbon dioxide. Carbon dioxide come inside and oxygen is released. Oxygen come outside. Oxygen is released during photosynthesis process. But the oxygen that is released during the process of photosynthesis, out of these oxygen, some amount of oxygen is utilized for respiration process also. दिन में फोटोसिंथेसिस के टाइम पे प्लांट्स क्या करते हैं, कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड को इंटेक करते हैं एंड दे रिलीज ऑक्सीजन. जो ऑक्सीजन वो रिलीज कर रहे हैं उसमें से कुछ अमाउंट ऑक्सीजन का वो अपने रेस्पिरेशन प्रोसेस में यूज कर लेते हैं. दैट्स व्हाई दे रेस्पायर ड्यूरिंग डे आल्सो. बट एट नाइट, जब रात का टाइम होता है, एट नाइट व्हाट हैपेंस एट नाइट? एट नाइट देयर सनलाइट इज नॉट अवेलेबल, सो फोटोसिंथेसिस तो नहीं होगा. फोटोसिंथेसिस नहीं होता उस टाइम पे प्लांट्स CO2 को इनटेक नहीं करते. दे जस्ट ओनली टेक ऑक्सीजन and they release carbon dioxide like to normal respiration process. So this is the way plants respire. So in this video we discuss about the respiratory organ or sub-organism, and we discuss about the process of respiration in the case of plants. That's all about this portion, that respiration portion. In the next video we will discuss about the transportation system or circulatory system of plants and human being. So keep watching and keep studying. Thank you.